Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is our container garden update number 5 of the 2025 season. We are exclusively gardening from containers. Where we are located, the ground is not viable. It is full of shale and granite, so totally impossible for in-ground gardening. This is an adventure for us. We are used to a very large in-ground garden, but we moved a couple years ago. We are in a tiny home located on a property that is filled with granite and shale. So in-ground gardening is just totally impossible here. So we're doing what we can. The adventure continues, and every single thing that we can grow is a benefit to us over the winter. Just very exciting. It's cool outside. It's 14.5 degrees, and last night it got down to 7.5 degrees, so still no risk of frost, but I like to keep an eye on the plants. I will say that harvesting the kale has been actually really good for the kale, and it is still growing like mad. Of course, I need to harvest and freeze some of the Swiss chard because we're not going to be able to eat all of this Swiss chard, but I can freeze it and use it in smoothies over the winter. And the peas continue to do really well. I've got another couple flowers now. I had 2 before. They all seem to be on this one main stalk, but I mean, it's coming. Arugula is still growing well. However, take a look. So we got another new leaf here. This is the eggplant that I rescued. But right here, this is going to be a flower. So hopefully we will get something there. Yeah, it's healthy. And there's hope. I mean, this was not something I grew from seed because I rescued it. So it's a fairly mature seedling. So I really do hope that I am going to get, one eggplant. One patch of my perennial oregano is holding on. Looks okay. This one is not holding on. I mean, there is still a few leaves there, but what I don't know is if the roots will survive and if this will come back next season. My one massive zucchini is almost to the ground now. That small one in the middle is still doing just not that great, but it appears like here and over here that I'm going to have 2 more. More of the tomatoes are starting to show, and Roma's here. This is another separate plant. So these will be Roma's as well. So that's exciting. And up in here, this is going to be either beefsteak or a Wenzel. And we've got a big one down in there. A couple big ones down in there. We've got nothing anywhere near turning yet, but for sure, we are definitely going to get tomatoes. I mean, worst case scenario, I could pick them all. I'm going to bring them inside, but the tomatoes still have more growing left to do. Most of these tomatoes are of indeterminate. That variety, that means that they will continue to grow and grow and grow. There's not a set height. In the world, I just noticed these flowers. Those do not look like normal flowers. Okay, that is pretty unique. And this plant over here has those as well. Oh, and this one, that one up in there. Okay, very, very fascinating. More dill. Yay, more dill. And of course, lots of the parsley here has gone to flower. And I was uncertain about the oregano. And I am going to actually top this. Got some advice, thank you so much, in the comments to harvest and that it will continue to grow. So I am going to actually do that. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to dry this basil. I'm not super familiar with making pesto, and I don't really know how to use pesto in cooking, like what would I use the pesto for. So I'm not sure if making pesto is the best use of the basil for me. this unknown guy, this hitchhiker, that is growing in my purchased jalapeno. It is starting to, at the base here, you can see where a lot of flowers are going to manifest. So we will hopefully within the next couple weeks know what this is going to be. In a row here, I have 6 zucchini plants. Second one in, that is the straight neck squash. And of course, 2 cucumbers that are going up the ladder. As of yet, still no cucumbers on the cucumbers. So number 1 plant here, we still haven't gotten anything. There are no zucchinis growing here yet. Here we have the big guy, 1, and then we have 2, and in the back bottom underneath there, 3. And looks like we're gonna have a 4th and a 5th one here. Right there. So that's looking really great. This guy here, so number 2 zucchini, number 3 in the row. We've got a zucchini coming and another one down and below there. So getting zucchini here, and these just look like a regular zucchini. Nothing on either of the cucumbers, of course, but down in here, get this stuff out of here. These are the seedlings that I planted, and I've been asked, like, what about winter? What about frost? Well, we're going to grow these for as long as we possibly can and see what happens. We can easily pull these out of here, put them in a pot, and put them inside the greenhouse if we decide to do that. All right, here we come over here. We've got 1, 2 zucchini growing here. This is the 3rd zucchini plant, and looks like a couple more like tiny little ones, nowhere near starting. Now I think there's some sad news here. Where did that go? No, not this plant, but we've got one growing in here, and another one is going to come here as long as they're fertilized. Oh no, yes we do. Yeah, we got it. We got one hiding down here. Oh, here it is. Here's the sad thing. See the end here? Whoops. I'm not thinking this is gonna make it. Something bad here on the end, and I'm wondering if it just wasn't fertilized enough. This guy, number 3, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 5. Nothing coming yet. I mean, there's flowers, but we don't have any zucchinis yet. And here on the end, of course, this is my oddball. Would you call this white? Would you call this like a light green? It's not even a lime green. Like, this is lime. This is cream, something unique. And the only other one there so far is right here, and looks like one right in here as well. We'll be carefully watching this guy. My aromas back in here are starting to get pretty big. Happy about that. Definitely inside the greenhouse we are getting some peppers. Again, still not quite sure if they're jalapenos or chili. And the pickling cukes, they're doing well. Everything is doing really healthy in here. Don't get excited. These aren't from our garden. I was at my sister's yesterday, and my brother-in-law shoved these in my vehicle. He's like, we just don't have time to process anymore. I'm not sure what kind of tomatoes these are, but I'm sure I can do something with them. I've taken some advice. I've topped the basil that I can easily get at. Of course, it needs to be washed. You can see dirt all underneath. We'll wash this or soak it and lay it out to dry. It smells amazing. It's awesome. I'll let this dry and think on what I'm going to do, which I think is dehydrate it. This looks a little bit better. All right, I'm going to get it in the oven. And you know, the funny thing is, in the past, when I have been fortunate enough that the herbs that I've grown have actually grown, I actually just cut them all down really low at the base of the plant and then tied the stalks together with a string and hung them up in the house and like dried them upside down, you know, like I was a kitchen witch or something. This is what the basil looks like now that it's dehydrated. Crumbly. I got to get this in a container. Everything is ground up. And this is what we got. It's great. We're going to have more, so I'm happy. Something very exciting to show on the wall of peas. Dee 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 dee. A pea. Ha ha ha. I'm so excited. We're going to get peas on my wall of peas. And of course, this is just going so great. Just crazy. Awesome. The raised planter arrived. The handsome one put it together today, and it's absolutely gorgeous and perfect for what we're looking for. It's the perfect length. It's the perfect height. This will work perfect. He's actually quite excited because like the inside pieces, they just pull out like that. Each one has a drain hole in it, and it's cedar. Like this is wood, real cedar, not pressed wood or plasticized wood, or it's gorgeous. And it is going to work absolutely amazing. So this looks to be about, I'd say that's 8 inches deep or so. Do you guys think that I could plant garlic in this? Because I've been really thinking about it a lot today. That I'd really like to plant some garlic over the winter. And I just don't know if this is deep enough or not for garlic. Envision this. I know right now we're in front of everything, but envision that we pull everything out. We'll be starting, we'll put it back in about right there because this dappled willow, that will stay exactly where it is. The shrub will stay. And then on this side, this is actually a climbing hydrangea in there. That also will stay. We will level this. We'll put it back. We'll pull all of the plants in front. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. I really feel like we have done a phenomenal job of bringing our mostly dead heat stroke suffering seedlings back to life. Everything is super lush. We are starting to get vegetables on the plants. We haven't really harvested anything yet, but very, very soon. By next update, I'm hoping that we have at least harvested some of the zucchini and one squash. I don't know, the tomatoes, there's lots of tomatoes on the plants, but nothing with that rosy hue that is telling us it has started to turn. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any tips for me in my container gardening journey, please share them. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would do so. Like, shares, and comments, they help me as well. And I hope you all have a great week. See you on Friday for our weekly meal video upload.